we need to talk. An unusual thing we need to talk about today. I want to talk to you about how the balance of time can change your perspective on things. There are things in life that we love, and we always love, and we always will love, and will always have a special place in our hearts. Then, there are things which we hate, and will always hate, and drive us nuts, and annoy the hell out of us. But there's a special third category that I'd like to talk about today, which are things which we love that we learn to hate. And this is a category in video games that comes up again and again and again and again. I'll give you an example. You're playing something like Metal Gear Solid, and the cutscene starts. Oh, and you think, wow, look at the camera angles. Look at the detail on their hair and the skin, the interesting way I can control this little robot as you're going around. And then after the next 40 to 45 minutes of that single cutscene, you then start to resent it and hate it. And slowly your love turns to hate. Something which is very, very cool, because it's so long and so tedious, begins to drive you nuts. I'll give you another example. How about that little creature in Zelda? I can't remember the name. The one that pops out of your sword. You know, the first time the creature goes, I'm going to live in your sword. You're like, cool, I've got my own little personal guide in the sword. And then she just won't shut the hell back up. How about random encounters? Pokemon, some of the other series is like that. RPGs, walking around, you know, oh my god, I've been attacked. It's so dramatic. I'm never safe anywhere. This is so cool. But then you're just trying to walk from point A to point B just quickly, and then random attack, random encounter. And you're like, oh my god, I used to love this, and now I hate this. Hearthstone. Get in here! Get in here! Get in here! Animations, which the first time you saw them, you're like, oh, that is a cool animation. But the 1000th time you'd seen it, no, not cool, not fun, not even amusing. Just shut up. Blue turtle shells in Mario. First time you saw it, when you were behind, it's like, oh wow! This rocket from all the way in 12th can hit the guy all the way in first. This is amazing, until you get good at the game and you're like, yeah, look at me, I'm in first, I'm so cool, I'm so good. Bam, what hit me? It was a blue shell from some skillless son of a toadstool from the back. Mobile phones, Grand Theft Auto. First time you had that, oh cool, I've got a mobile phone in the game. I've got a mobile phone. I've been called, hello, it's the Adipose, who's that? And then you start to hate it. You get called all the time. I'm just trying to drive. Leave me alone. Go away, Leroy. You know, it's just incredibly annoying, even though it started as an amazing thing. Long death animations. Some death animations are always kind of cool and, you know, things like that. But there are some games where you're kind of like, just get past the point where I die, because being killed is so annoying, you know, in general kind of anyway. So, where am I going with this rant? Well, first of all, I just wanted to vent a little bit, you know, let that one out. Just a touch. But Fallout does have its own issues, and the animation issue I would like to talk to you about today is power armor. Because I am certain that the first time you saw this, you thought, oh my, that is cool. What an amazing little animation to actually climb inside the power armor. It doesn't just go jolt in, you know, it's not immersion breaking, you know, the whole thing opens up in a really cool way. Your character kind of gets in slowly, and the same in reverse, you kind of climb out. You know, it helps to explain how you managed to get this very complicated power armor on so quickly, you know, because it doesn't really make sense, you know, mid-battle or mid-thing, you know, you weld it on, how'd you get in it? And, you know, it's a beautiful animation the first couple of times, and then you realize it's actually really, really long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh wait, no, sorry, I got in there by mistake. I didn't mean to get in there. I'll get out again. 6, 7, 8. And some of you were sitting there kind of going, especially maybe those of you that haven't really played with power armor, will go, 8 seconds? What's the problem with that to get in and out of power armor? Oh, it's bad. Oh, it is bad. If you're in combat, then, you know, it does change slightly during combat. to be fair to the game. But, you know, if you're kind of approaching combat and you're not quite in combat yet, oh my god. If you get it in it by mistake, it's incredibly annoying. You know, sometimes you kind of think, oh, shall I just jump in my power armor? And then you're like, no, it'll take most of my life to get in there or get out. Supposing you're trying to just tweak it, maybe use the crafting station, but you accidentally get in, and then those 8 seconds just of your life, you'll never get them back. You'll never get them back. Ever. So, quite frankly, with this one, it's not that we want to remove it. It's just that we want to speed it. And to do that, we need to mod it. Welcome to Mod It, ladies and gentlemen. I really do like the power armor animations. I'm not complaining that the animation exists in there. I'm simply saying it goes on too long. These kind of anything that you're likely to see in the game over and over, whether it's a drawing of a weapon or a reload or something like that, there has to be a reason why it takes up time. Otherwise, it needs to basically be a kind of like a, oh, it's on. You can have an animation, you know, a second, fine. But I mean, think of this. You know when you activate the workshop bench menu and you have to hold down the button. I'm not sure what it's like on console, but in PC you have to hold down a button and you have to wait a second and a half, and then it opens up. For those of us that build settlements, add up all those seconds and a half. You know, how much time have we lost just kind of going? And now I'm into the menu. And it's like that with the power armor. It's a great animation. I just need it a lot faster. So this is the mod that we're looking at today. It's really cool. It's really, I mean, I assume it's simple. I don't know how much time, what it takes to code and things like that, but it feels simple for the end user, and that's brilliant. And it's called Power Armor Animation Changes by Somber X. And it does a few little things that you can enjoy. It can change the stance of the armor itself when it's standing, and I'll show you that in a second. But more importantly than that, it speeds up or removes entirely the animation from getting in and getting out of the power armor. So, through the power of YouTube magic, let's install the mod. Ta-da! So this is the heroic stance. So one of the things I really like about this mod is that it's completely modular. You can choose exactly what you want and what you don't. And so one of the little tweaks is to simply change the power armor rather than from in that kind of like off stance like this. It makes it very proud like this. Now I actually quite like the default off animation, but I do know that this definitely makes it look a lot more proud. And if you actually want to use power armor as a decoration, then I think this is an absolute must. But this is why I've got it. Isn't that brilliant? It's still a really, really cool animation. It just lasts, it's just a lot quicker. And the same with getting out. It's just kind of sped up and removes some of the kind of unnecessary bits. And it now means that if I do want to kind of jump in and out of my power armor, and, you know, I just can. It takes it down to about kind of a second and a half, kind of 2 seconds, and still has that cool, I'm jumping in, I'm jumping out feeling without any of the kind of like, oh God, it's taking so long to get in, which is fantastic. Now, I said it was modular, so you can remove the animations entirely. You can just have it so you're outside and you hold it down and you just go, boom, you're in, and straight back out. And here's a nice one. You can make it so that you go normally in and out like I've been doing here, but in combat, you can go in and out instantly. I've decided I'd prefer always to kind of see the animation for the sake of immersion, but for a gameplay perspective, that's really, really good that you can jump in and out depending on what's kind of going on or whether you get attacked and things like that. I still really like the idea that I like to see my character kind of going in and out, to kind of always have that feeling of there's a slight kind of cost or time delay, and to keep that kind of feeling that power armor is something which takes a little bit of time to put on. But this is the lovely thing. I am still putting on that power armor. I'm just doing it a lot faster, and I love the little kind of jump as well, the little kind of crouch and then, you know, kind of pounce in. It works really, 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 really nicely. This is one of those little tweaks that I would say is, for me, it's essential. It's something that doesn't slow down your game at all. It just edits an animation ever so slightly. So if you like it and you enjoy it, then come over and hit that endorse button to support the mod author. And this is a very, very popular mod, as you can see, over 8,000, so almost 9,000 endorsements. So it's going to be one of those must-haves just to make your game just a little bit better, and crucially, a lot less annoying, so that things that you loved can remain things that you loved.
thank you very much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I have loads of other modits. I have loads of build it videos where I talk about settlements, and I have at least 2 or 3 role plays going on now, including, excuse me, hiccups, including a permadeath one that you might enjoy for something a little different. So you have no excuse ever to watch anyone else ever again. But you are fantastic, and you know what? So was I. Goodbye.